Fans, please join us in singing the Switchbacks anthem.
Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC for pride and champions day.
Into September we go in the 2020 USL Championship season as Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC looks to extend their unbeaten streak against an OKC Energy side that is winless in their last 5 matches. Good evening and welcome to Widener Field. Ryan Kaufman and Roland Vargas with you. And Roland, last time these two teams played, it was in March. Switchbacks got to win. Anything they can bring from that matchup to this one?
I really don't think so. That match feels like a lifetime ago now for the Switchbacks. They're going to have to close down one of the top goal scorers in the USL Championship, and that's going to be Jaime Chavez from the OKC Energy.
Absolutely. As you mentioned, leads the team in goals with 3. This is an OKC side that struggles to score goals. So on a nightly basis, he is absolutely the marked man on the OKC side.
Yeah, he certainly is. He's a tremendous goal scorer. He'll look to get his team on the board first. You mentioned it's been a long time out of the win column for OKC, but they're going to look to get back at it against the Switchbacks tonight. And this man, Aiden Daniels.
Yeah, Aiden Daniels, he's been a playmaker for this Switchbacks club. Whether he's scoring goals or whether he's setting other guys up, he's really the engine that makes everything go.
Yeah, he certainly is. He's had a tremendous first season here in Colorado Springs. What a peach that was. He scored against New Mexico, and he's going to need to get on the ball early and often for the Switchbacks.
Well, Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC are looking for their first win at home this year. Could it come against the only team they've beaten this year? We will find out after this. Starting lineups and kickoff are next.
This war between you needs to end. Promise me you won't do anything stupid.
Make sure some information goes viral.
What kind of information?
Such ambition is nothing to be ashamed of. That's why I chose you. But betrayal? That's not okay.
This is gonna send you to prison.
I'm not the enemy. Devils.
1 month ago,
I lost my husband.
he had 3 children outside this marriage.
Your father.
Not a faithful man.
Well, who the hell are these people?
I've decided to give each of you $1 million.
You're valued at $2.2 billion.
You flew as coach? We do this. It changes everything.
Mama, you have lost your damn mind!
Haven't we had enough fighting for one day?
Filthy Rich, September 21st on Fox.
You're wasting time. Just make a left right here.
I know how to get there.
The app says there's a shortcut.
The app can suck it. I know LA.
I got you.
Let me help you.
I already have a partner.
Why do I always have to play the good cop? Time's up.
No matter what happens, I got you. We're gonna take him down the right way. We're like an official duo. Like Starsky and Hutch.
Stick together and we're gonna get it done.
Think you know football? Here's your chance to prove it by entering the Fox21sportsbetting.com Pro Football Challenge. One lucky national grand prize winner will get a trip for 2 to beautiful Hawaii. Plus, at the end of football season, one local winner with the best picks will get a big screen TV and $1,000 just for playing. Go to Fox21news.com today and enter your picks. It's free. Make sure to check back weekly to see how you match up against our anchors and other fans across Southern Colorado. Sponsored by sportsbetting.com. Sharp odds, high limits, fast payouts.
Ready to get things underway here at Widener Field, Colorado Springs and Oklahoma City. This is our Children's Hospital of Colorado player walkout. And when we look at these starting 11s, a couple of changes on the switchback side. Not much to say in terms of changes for Oklahoma City as we take a look. CJ Cochran in goal where he normally is. Former switchbacks member Christian Ibiaga anchoring the back line, and then the aforementioned Jaime Chavez up top for OKC. And for Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC, Sean Melvin gets his second consecutive start. Everything else looking very similar except for one. Right back, Gabe Robinson making his Switchbacks debut, acquired via loan from Las Vegas. He is in the lineup. More on him in a little bit. Roland, when you look at this matchup, what are the keys first for Oklahoma City?
Yeah, for OKC, forget about that loss that they suffered to the Switchbacks back in Oklahoma, as we talked about in the Open. That was months ago, way back in March, and they got to start this road trip well. A lot of miles to get under their legs for OKC. Their first one here on the road in Colorado Springs.
And for Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC,
yeah, they've got to keep scoring. Scored 5 goals in the last couple matches here at Widener Field. And also for the Switchbacks, forget that mini break. That game on Wednesday was canceled. Kind of messed with their pregame preparations, but they've just got to forget that one. Use the rest that they got. Get back to it here. Dispay looks to switch that ball over to Aiden Daniels.
Daniels doing a good job of keeping it in play, battling on the near sideline, and that one tapped away from him. Now be out on Oklahoma City. Zach Ellis Hayden. Oh, apparently it was out on Daniels, so Ellis Hayden. As you take a look at the keys to the match that Roland mentioned earlier for Oklahoma City.
Yeah, just forget about that in March and start this road trip well.
Joan Servos on the near side gets dragged down. That'll be a whistle going against Chavez. And now Servos and Chavez have some words. It'll be a joint chiropractic free kick. The joint chiropractic, improving quality of life through routine and affordable chiropractic care.
Yeah, we just mentioned it. Keep scoring for the Switchbacks. 5 goals in their last 2 here at Widener Field. And just put Wednesday behind them. Move forward against the tough OKC team that they've seen once before.
Joan Servos has it on the near side. Argueta trying to reverse field far side for George Labisi, and that skips out of his reach. As we take a look at the coaches tonight, John Pascarella, in his first season at the helm, named the 3rd head coach in the club's 7-year history back in November. Certainly not the debut season he would like, only 1 win to show from it, but Oklahoma City's had a couple of good results lately.
Yeah, they certainly have. You mentioned it. They went through a bit of a difficult stretch right around the restart of the season after the break. But they've shown some good things, especially in Oklahoma City. We'll see if they can translate that to the road. Rubio, he'll look back for Sean Melvin.
As I mentioned, Melvin getting his 2nd consecutive start in goal for Switchbacks FC. As Ronnie Argueta gets ridden down to the turf. That was Chavez once again getting involved in the play. It'll lead us to another joint chiropractic free kick, improving quality of life through routine and affordable chiropractic care. Arturo Dizpay will take this one. Looking near side, trying to find Servos. Plays it well. Back to the captain, Hiroki Kurimoto.
Two banks of four behind the ball for OKC Energy. Lead their two strikers up top, led by Chavez, who we featured in the pregame. Then just have two strong banks of four white shirts, making the Switchbacks keep possession, try to break them down. Captain Kurimoto now on the ball.
He'll look to fling this out to the newest face on the Colorado Springs Switchbacks, Gabe Robinson. And there you take a look at the man who brought in Gabe Robinson, Alan Koch, his first season. Made a couple of appearances since taking over the job last season, and they've been on quite the run of form. They're coming off a week where they were able to get points from 3 teams that made the playoffs last year, and Alan Koch really thinks highly of the way his team has played recently.
Yeah, as he should. Small squad for the Switchbacks. We've seen that the last couple weeks, but bringing in Gabe Robinson, that's huge for Colorado Springs. Big pickup by head coach Alan Koch and the Switchbacks.
Of course, Alan Koch has made quite a few moves in his time here in Colorado Springs.
Good tracking back from Andre Lewis there, winning the ball back.
Here comes Servos along the near side once again, picked up by Ellis Hayden. Back to Ronnie Argueta. And now Kurimoto. Up to George Labisi. Plays this out wide to Servos. Now Daniels. Over to Servos. You can see that the Switchbacks were thinking about taking a shot earlier, both with Aiden Daniels and George Labisi, but choosing to be patient here. And now a turnover. Chavez dribbling through the defense. He'll get taken down. I believe Hiroki Kurimoto will be called for the foul.
Yeah, just looking for that contact was Jaime Chavez. He got it. Went down just inside the Switchbacks half. Another joint chiropractic free kick. That one for OKC.
Improving quality of life through routine and affordable chiropractic care. As we take a look at Chavez getting ridden down.
Yeah, he was just waiting for that one, was Jaime Chavez. Mentioned him in the pregame. 3 goals and 10 appearances for OKC. Scorching day today here in Colorado Springs. Pushing 90 degrees. We've got 30s on the forecast for next Tuesday.
I was just going to say, we got to enjoy this weather while we can, because it's going to take a turn early next week.
Ever Rubio reading that one, sliding across from center back, sending that one out for an OKC throw in.
As you take a look at our head referee tonight, Colin Radisov, he is assisted by Jacob Harold and Alexander Martinez. Laura Rodriguez will be our 4th official. This one over to Ronnie Argueta. And Daniels couldn't hold that one in.
Good look at Zach Ellis Hayden. Young right back out of Kitchener, Ontario.
Switchbacks FC, of course, with a couple of Canadians on the roster, including the man in goal tonight, Sean Melvin. This one is played over the top. Sean Melvin's going to give chase and get there just before Cordell Cato goes after it.
There will be a late offside call, I believe, and then we'll see the stoppage in play.
Yes, the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC and OKC Energy FC have come together to recognize the fight for equality, diversity, and inclusivity by using the next minute and 46 seconds from 7 minutes to 8 minutes and 46 seconds to honor the ongoing movement around social injustice and the need for positive change in our sport and in our society. What you're seeing here comes just days after the unveiling of the Black Players Alliance, an organization recognized by the USL and the USLPA with a mission to educate and empower its members to use their platforms to bring positive change to their communities.
Switchbacks players had a short statement that they want to read out, sent over to me by Jordan Bird. As players of the Switchbacks, we believe we have a responsibility to ourselves and our community to stand up against racial inequality. Following yet another act of violence against the black community in the shooting of Jacob Blake, collectively we decided to stand against racism in-game between minutes 7 and 8:46. We feel our role to play in affecting change is using our platform to continue to promote solidarity and equality, to specifically express that we will not be complacent with these reoccurring crimes of systemic racism. Our efforts for change will be furthered off the field as we collectively seek ways to raise awareness and educate to create growth and progress locally within our community. We firmly believe change is the only way forward to become a better people, state, and country.
Powerful stuff there by both teams. And we'll get this one back underway.
It's Elephant Rock IPA from Pikes Peak Brewing, the official IPA of the Switchbacks FC.
No score here as Melvin plays it short to Rubio. Rubio flying it down the far side. Now George Labisi has it. And now Lewis will play this one back to Gabe Robinson. Now Rubio. And a little tense there for Rubio as he was being pressured by Arun Radoslavich, and ball ends up going out off of Switchbacks FC here at Widener Field in Colorado Springs. Throw in here. Now Hayden with it. And that one will go out of play. Switchbacks coming with the throw in. Roland, what kind of a player can Switchbacks fans expect in Gabe Robinson?
Yeah, he's a good player, sliding out to that right back position today for the Switchbacks. Switchbacks just trying to look to play through the lines. They'll find that ball out to Andre Lewis on the far side. Had a long career at Cal State University Northridge. He was a Matador for 4 years under head coach Terry Davila. He's been there 22 seasons now. He had a good, strong career. He's picked up by Las Vegas, and a good pickup for the Switchbacks.
And this one played up. Servo's trying to keep it in play. Does. And this one will be deflected out and lead to a Pikes Peak National Bank corner kick. Bank well, be well with Pikes Peak National Bank.
And here's where we could see the size of the new man, Gabe Robinson, coming forward for the Switchbacks along with their two center backs. A lot of height in the box now from these set pieces for Colorado Springs.
Yeah, Arturo Diz Pay, of course, one of the players Roland referring to. Aiden Daniels will take this one. Andre Lewis close. Chance for the Switchbacks here as Daniel sends it low line drive out to Labisi. He'll take a shot, and that one curls just wide of goal.
Yeah, got a bit of a flick off the defender. That'll be another corner kick, this time a McDivitt corner kick for the Switchbacks. It was Joe Amico flying out to close down that angle for George Labisi. Nice first touch from Labisi, set himself up well, and his shot took a big piece of Amico and out for a McDivitt Law Firm corner kick on the far side.
McDivitt Law Firm, we are in your corner. Now Labisi, the left-footed one, takes it, and Robinson right there was the intended target, it looked like, and he heads it out. So it will be a goal kick for Oklahoma City, which will give us a moment to let you know that since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Servo's trying to play this one up, looking for Christian Valesky, who turns around and gives his teammate a thumbs up. Of course, Valesky scoring the lone Switchbacks goal, because if you remember back in March, Oklahoma City scored a goal, Colorado Springs scored a goal, and then Oklahoma City scored a goal on themselves, an own goal, looming large in that contest.
Good look at Gabe Robinson. Switchbacks early edge in possession.
Certainly setting out on a nightly basis to control the pace of play, to control the game in general. And they've done a good job of that the last couple of matches. OKC working the ball through the midfield. Now George Labisi can't quite get on it. Andre Lewis forces it out. Good job by Servos keeping it in play. Now Rubio, Targeta, playing this one through, just misses the foot of Valesky, and OKC will let Cochran play this one. So other than the couple of corner kicks here, Roland, neither goalkeeper has had to worry about too much here early on.
No, they certainly haven't. We've seen a couple back passes. We might see here OKC looking over the top. Robinson on the cover.
And Stevenson there keeping it in play, sends it into the box a little bit too high for his intended target. And Joan Servos will track that ball down in the corner.
Yeah, great hustle by Tucker Stevenson to keep that ball in.
I don't have to foul. Yeah, he's fucking dead. Why are you fouling me? He's dead right here in the water, yeah?
And there will be a whistle going against Saime Chavez.
Field Mike's picking up some words of encouragement from Charlie Ward. So Rubio will take this free kick for the Switchbacks. And leave it off to Sean Melvin, another joint chiropractic free kick. Excuse me, Ryan.
Nope, go ahead. I was just going to mention that the joint chiropractic is improving quality of life through routine and affordable chiropractic care. As you take a look at the recent form from Colorado Springs, that week I talked about 3 draws against teams that made the postseason last year, and it's been a little bit of a mixed bag. One thing that has been pretty consistent for OKC, unfortunately, they have a hard time scoring goals, and even when they've been able to get a result, hasn't been many goals scored. And now here's Hayden on the near side, looking to change that, sends it in, and Sean Melvin will just look like everybody else. Watch it go out of play.
Yeah, the Energy had some numbers forward on that one. Just let down by that last ball in from the right back. Zach Ellis Hayden. And once again, we'll see the Switchbacks build from the back.
Labisi heads it back to Robinson. Dispay over the top for Valesky, headed away from him. Colorado Springs gets back control. Lewis up to Labisi. Stevenson right there to defend, and it'll be out off of Colorado Springs, it looks like. So OKC going to have a throw-in right in front of the Colorado Springs bench. Want to recognize one of our fine sponsors this evening, Colorado Computer Support, your IT professionals.
Yeah, that was a strange call on the far side of the field, right in front of a very bemused Switchbacks bench. Good hustle there by Labisi, getting on the end of that one. Move it over to Daniels. Joan Servos making a nice run from left back.
Pace picking up a little bit here. Fans recognizing that, urging their team forward. Here's Aiden Daniels. Don't want to give him too much space. He'll strike, and Cochran able to smother it.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Last thing you want to do is give Aiden Daniels a ton of space, especially on that right foot. He was just allowed to drag that ball across the top of the box. In the end, bit of a daisy cutter shot, an easy save for CJ Cochran, and goal for OKC.
Aiden Daniels up for USL Goal of the Week for the one he scored last time out. Cato with it on the near side, up to Hayden. And that one tapped away by Kurimoto, but Hayden able to get back on it. Couple of black jerseys around him, able to get free, and now Servos comes in with a good defense. Ball still in play, but not anymore, and it will be out off of Hayden.
Yeah, nice from Servos just to play that one off. The young Canadian earned the Switchbacks a throw in. There is Zachary Ellis Hayden, like we talked about, out of Kitchener, Ontario. It's about an hour and a half west of downtown Toronto.
Ball headed by Labisi. OKC on it. Another throw-in for Colorado Springs. Fans, you can follow Switchbacks FC and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN Plus, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the nearly 8 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN Plus and watch the championship live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Good play there by the former Colorado Springs Switchback. That is Christian Ibiaga. And now a whistle in the middle of the field will give the Switchbacks a quick restart. They immediately go to Lewis on the far side. Lewis trying to turn the corner, having a difficult time of it. Plays it back to Dispay. Now Robinson.
Aiden Daniels a little worried about his right leg off the ball after winning that foul for the Switchbacks just inside OKC's half. He's been struggling a little bit since then. George Labisi will just be told to give that one up for an OKC throw in right in front of their head coach, John Pascarella.
Immediately taken away by Switchbacks FC. Here's Servos. To Rubio, being pressured just a bit here. Gives it over to Dispay. Now up to Labisi. Lewis back to Labisi. OKC able to dispossess. Cochran maybe had to rush the kick just a bit with George Labisi bearing down on him. It comes off the side of his foot, and it'll be out for a Colorado Springs throw-in. Here's Servos tiptoeing along the near side. Ellis Hayden takes it away, and then Hayden gets dragged down by Christian Valesky. And now Callan Radisov going over to talk to Christian Valesky. Valesky needing to relace his boots here. Sure, also taking a moment to voice his displeasure with the recent decision.
I think Valesky's broken a lace. That's what he's looking over to the Switchbacks bench about. Referee just wants him to leave the field of play before CJ Cochran gets us back underway with this free kick. Former Georgia State Panther was Cochran.
And we resume play. No score here at Widener Field. Two teams that are in dire need of a win. As Servos heads that one away.
Yeah, we see it there. Switchback still missing big names. Wilvin, Abdul Ngwadabaye still not available. Jordan Burt also not on the team sheet tonight. So a lot of quality, a lot of experience not available for the Switchbacks this evening. Something they've been having to deal with. So OKC wins themselves a throw in on the far side.
And perhaps in some small part of the reason why they went after Gabe Robinson. Try to fortify that back line. That has been pretty good this season. Even with missing all the players that Roland just mentioned, but can never be too good in that part of your formation as Sean Melvin just swipes it away.
It was Cordell Cato in behind the Switchbacks there. Good starting position from Sean Melvin. He took that ball well. You can see Cato just ghosting in behind the Switchbacks defense. Couldn't get that right leg on the end of it. And well held by Sean Melvin.
Dizpay plays it up to Labisi. Runs right along with him. There's Dizpay on the far side. He settles it, waits for reinforcements. And that one tipped away. Switchback's going to have a throw in here.
Yeah, nice break forward by the Cuban center back, Arturo Dizpay. In the end, it will be an OKC throw-in.
Pardon, I thought the flag was pointed the other direction.
It was. Referee overruled. Energy will look up the line.
Foul going to go against Ronnie Argueta there. Leading to a joint chiropractic free kick, improving quality of life through routine and affordable chiropractic care. Cochran with it back on his feet. Sends it downfield, headed away by Dizpay. Now OKC has it. And referee in the middle of the field had his hand up once again.
The offside for OKC. Very choppy game so far. Christian Valesky still struggling with his footwear.
I feel like that kind of encapsulates what the first 26.5 minutes have been. When you talk about Valesky constantly working on his laces. But you use a perfect word, Roland, for it. It's just choppy right now. A lot of stoppages, not much momentum generated by either team. We'll see if that changes as we move forward. Fans, don't miss a minute of the action in 2020. Sign up today and get alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for Switchbacks FC, then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores, plus get reminders on Switchbacks' next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club. Ibiaga in the middle of the field. Plays it to the near side for Hayden. Hayden still with it. Pressure by Daniels.
Exactly.
This one played over the top, and then valiant effort by Cordell Cato there to swing his foot at it. Just couldn't quite get to it. It'll end up being a goal kick for Switchbacks FC.
Yeah, defensively, Cordell Cato sort of on the right side of a midfield four, but he's broken in behind the Switchbacks a couple times, trying to use his pace, trying to use his quality. Trinidad and Tobago international. Spent a long time with the San Jose Earthquakes out west. Now with OKC, Christian Valesky just looking to fling that ball out to Daniels. Ellis Hayden will keep it in.
Daniels picking him up, trying to take the ball away. And now this one played over the top. Cato running after it. Able to get there. Plays it to the middle. Here's a shot. That one blocked. And Andre Lewis will clear it away. Basulovic was right there. And good defense by Andre Lewis to take that one away, as we see George Labisi getting taken down there.
Yeah, it was a great opportunity for OKC. Arun just trying to get on the end of that one. Scuffed his shot the first time, then hustled it down well. Earns his team a PLS mechanical corner kick.
And Tucker Stevenson going to take this one.
This is third start of the year for Stevenson in this one. As you said, he will take the PLS mechanical corner.
This one sent in, headed just over the crossbar. That was nearly perfect and nearly our first goal.
Yeah, great opportunity for the Energy. That will bring our first drinks break of the match.
Yeah, perhaps the hydration break is what these two teams need in order to pick up the pace and get things going a bit here. As you see that header.
It's a really good ball in by Stevenson. Melvin confident that one was going over.
And this one going to be talked about for a long time with Switchbacks fans. Week and a half ago, Switchbacks fell down by 4 goals. Half of this stadium, which is already down in capacity for obvious reasons, cleared out at halftime. Didn't think that there was going to be much to see in the second half, and now they've been kicking themselves ever since. 4 straight goals scored in the second half by Switchbacks FC. They, as you see there, the only team in USL Championship history that has rallied from a 4-goal deficit to at least earn 1 point.
Yeah, what a tremendous comeback that was by the Switchbacks. It's a brilliant game. We thought it was done and dusted at halftime. Could have been 5 or 6 in that first half for Austin, but then the Switchbacks, they had a very good halftime team talk. They came out, they got the first one, and then they put Austin under all kinds of pressure. And they could have deserved a win in the end themselves. The Switchbacks look at OKC Energy. Talked about that road trip. Going to go over to Tulsa, then down to San Antonio before hosting the aforementioned Austin Bowl at home and then making their way back out on the road. Got a long trip down there to Edinburgh, Texas for RGV at the beginning of October. And for the Switchbacks, this homestand will be over after this one. Over to Sandy, Utah for the Rail Monarchs, then down to border country, far west Texas for El Paso, and then up to the 505 to play New Mexico United before hosting the Rail Monarchs here.
when you take a look at how things are going for both teams, struggling quite a bit here in this season, but they're both going through their own version of a rebuild. But you see the big issue with OKC Energy, the lopsided goal differential. So both teams certainly not only need a win, they expect to win this. These are two teams that are evenly matched, and a win for either one would really mean a lot for them as they head into the home stretch of the 2020 USL season.
Yeah, certainly a good look there at Ronnie Argueta. It's been fantastic in the middle of that midfield, holding alongside Hiroki Kuramoto for the Switchbacks last couple games here at home. Here's Joan Servos. Look to switch things over to Arturo Dizpay.
Dizpay to Argueta. Back to Dizpay. Now Stevenson in the middle of the field gives this one off. And now Cato with possession. Ibiaga. And now taken away. Ronnie Argueta pushing this one up the field. Over to Christian Valesky. Valesky to Argueta. Argueta gets taken down just outside the box. That'll certainly be a free kick here for Switchbacks FC, and it's going to produce a yellow card as well.
Yeah, brilliant play from Ronnie Argueta, winning that ball back, pushing forward from that defensive holding midfield position that you and I were just chatting about, winning the ball back for the Switchbacks, driving on, and then earning the foul just outside the box for the Switchbacks, and you see it there, confirmation of the first Hanson Hot Springs yellow card. It'll go to Jose Hernandez, former UCLA Bruin. And George Labisi's going to stand over this one. Aiden Daniels going to have a look as well. Joan Servo is going to be involved in the conversation. And there is the confirmation of the Hanson Hot Springs yellow card. You'll see it here. So we'll look back in time. Great play from Ronnie Argueta, just driving the Switchbacks forward and causing that yellow card on Jose Hernandez. Played last year with Los Dos, the Galaxy 2, a couple years before Real Monarchs, but a great chance here for the Switchbacks.
Daniels sends that one in. Cochran able to cover it up. Daniels was going straight for goal.
You can see what he was trying to do, trying to bounce that one right in front of the goalkeeper with the Switchbacks crashing the net, but in the end, good hands from CJ Cochran. It's his 10th appearance of the season for the Energy. In his second stint with the team from Oklahoma City.
Here's Cato in the middle of the field, over to Stevenson. Here's Ronnie Argueta, gets it taken away by Ward. Now over to Stevenson. Under 10 minutes to go here in the first half.
Well, it's good funneling back from OKC, just stopped that Switchbacks opportunity. Now look over the top again for Cato.
Good job by Dizpay getting in there to keep Cato away from it. Clears it out, throwing coming for Energy FC.
Yeah, Cordell Cato's looked the most dangerous player for the visitors in this match so far. He's got in behind the Switchbacks a few times with that pace. OKC forced back to Christian Ibiaga, who has the armband tonight. And once again,
one going out of play. OKC going to get another throw-in. George Labisi with it, gets taken down. That will be an easy foul call by the referee.
Children's Hospital Colorado. Colorado Springs offers a wide range of expert pediatric care, including emergency, NICU, oncology, radiology, and surgery.
This game really hasn't developed a flow in the first half. Switchbacks looking side to side, trying to move those banks of OKC defenders back and forth. Good hold up play there from Chavez. Excuse me, Ryan.
Nope, you and I were saying basically the same thing. This one played out wide. Cato with it. Working on Robinson, trying to send it in. Good defending by Robinson. OKC gets it back though. Here's Cato working on Andre Lewis. And this one will be played back. Good header there by Rubio. And what do we have here?
Pro, the official cleaning company of Switchbacks FC.
I believe it's just going to be a foul on Jaime Chavez. Nothing more than that. Started his professional career with the Hollywood United Hitmen. First time this season we've been able to work that into a broadcast. Good hustle there by CJ Cochran to keep that one going out for a corner kick. It will be a throw-in deep in OKC territory for the home side.
Aiden Daniels getting ready to throw this one in. Gives it to Servos, who gives it right back to Daniels. Curls it far side, looking for Lewis, just a little bit out of his reach.
Smart idea with that early ball over the top. Good run from outside in from Andre Lewis. Just a little bit too much on that cross to pick out the young Jamaican.
Cato possessing the ball a lot more here in the last 5 minutes or so. Now Hayden. To Arun. To Stevenson. Taken away by Servos. Good defending there. Rubio sends that one downfield. Ibiaga waiting for it. Now to Ward. Now here's Cato on it again. Threw it off of the shin of Kurimoto. Switchbacks have possession, and now another foul going against OKC. They've had their fair share in this first half, that's for sure. And now George Labisi over to have a conversation with Callan Radisov.
Yeah, once again, just to talk. See Charlie Ward needing a little bit of assistance. Grew up in the youth systems of Aston Villa and Stoke City, did Charlie Ward. Spent last year in Ottawa. Our Penrose Ortho Centura nod to the dog. Trainer is out to look at Charlie Ward.
So Ward down here with a few minutes to go in the first half.
The Switchbacks FC would like to thank the Wounded Warrior.
Coming close to the stretch run of the season. This will be the last home match in a while for Colorado Springs.
Alan Koch picking up a yellow card on the far side of the field. Hanson Hot Springs yellow card from the official. I believe it was something to do with that conversation that George Labisi was having with the referee as well.
And now he's working on Laura Rodriguez on the far side.
Ward's going to have to go off. Got good look there at Alan Koch. There's the confirmation of the Hanson Hot Springs yellow card. Charlie Ward looks like he's not going to be able to continue in this match. You saw that taupe-colored kinesio tape on that right calf of Charlie Ward. Looks like that's just tightened up on him a little bit. And OKC going to be forced into a substitution here in the first half.
Meanwhile, the Switchbacks trying to take advantage. That header ends up going out. Goal kick coming up. And that's a tough blow for this OKC team. Now they'll figure out who will come into the match. John Pascarella has found his man.
Be Brett Dunwell coming on. Former Wake Forest Demon Deacon. This will be his 9th appearance. He has had 3 starts this year, and he will replace Charlie Ward.
So a little bit earlier than we anticipated, our first UC Colorado Springs substitution.
And you mentioned it, big one for OKC to lose that experience and that quality of Charlie Ward. But Dunwell, he's played a lot for OKC this season. He'll slot right in, same position, good tracking back there. That was Jose Hernandez just playing that ball out.
Amazing things there are to see, do, and explore in Colorado Springs, Olympic City, USA.
Dunwell spent last year with Rio Grande Valley, the USL Championship.
There's Joan Servos trying to get to Labisi, back to Servos. OKC taps it away. Here's Robinson to the near side, looking for Aiden Daniels, skips out of his reach. Throw in here for OKC Energy FC.
Once again, Switchbacks trying to change the point of attack, seeing that ball accelerate off the surface and go skipping out for a throw in for that young man, Zachary L.S. Hayden. Played his college ball at Cleveland State, the Vikings. Last couple seasons with Fresno FC, RIP.
So we're getting confirmation here, 4 additional minutes, 4 minutes of TikTok shop stoppage time. Robinson plays this one out to Andre Lewis. Now to Ronnie Argueta. Back over to Lewis. Dizpay to the near side for Servos. Into the box it comes. OKC trying to clear it away. And they're able to get possession just shy of midfield.
It's a wonderful ball around the corner from Joan Servos, looking for Christian Valesky. Fortunate for the Switchbacks not to get something out of that one. Good job, though, forcing OKC back. Just smashed forward from Taravel, young French center back next to Christian Ibiaga.
And here's Ronnie Argueta to the near side for Servos. Over to Argueta. Now to Lewis. Argueta to Kurimoto. Now to Rubio. Still time for Switchbacks FC to try and test CJ Cochran. They haven't done much of it tonight. George Labisi, hounded there on the far side, plays it over to Rubio. Over the top here to Robinson, chests it to Labisi. Now Lewis. Switchbacks will try the other side of the field. Now Kurimoto. Up to Argueta. Back to Servos. Servos to Daniels. Over to Lewis. Here's Robinson. Tried to send that one in. Stevenson there to knock it away. Throwing coming for the Switchbacks.
Yeah, and Joan Servos took a painful one after he gave that pass off. Good press forward from the Switchbacks using their win backs. Robinson getting involved. He's got a real weapon on him here with these long throw-ins. He can easily reach the corner of the box here. New Switchbacks right back, so we'll see that come into play right here.
And it is a long throw-in. Couple of heads collide. Cato able to clear. Kurimoto trying to get it to Labisi. Hounded by Stevenson. Labisi gets it back. Deflected away by OKC. Now Kurimoto trying to run it down and does. Now to Lewis. Thought the ball went out off of Lewis, but apparently it did not. Certainly a better view of it on the far side of the field than I have, as that one ends up going out. And we will get another opportunity for Switchbacks FC. It will be a McDivitt Law Firm corner kick. McDivitt Law Firm, we are in your corner. George Labisi will set this one up. Will there be some heroics here at the end of the first half? Labisi puts up the arm, finds his target, sends it in, headed away. Well out of play. Ever Rubio was the header taker, and that's the way the first half will end. No score after 45 minutes of play. When we come back, I will be joined by a very special guest. Got a couple of them coming up. You'll want to stay tuned for that.
Think you know football? Here's your chance to prove it by entering the Fox21SportsBetting.com Pro Football Challenge. One lucky national grand prize winner will get a trip for two to beautiful Hawaii. Plus, at the end of football season, one local winner with the best picks will get a big screen TV and $1,000 just for playing. Go to Fox21News.com today and enter your picks. It's free. Make sure to check back weekly to see how you match up against our anchors and other fans across Southern Colorado. Sponsored by SportsBetting.com. Sharp odds, high limits, fast payouts.
It's time to stuff the bus and help local families in need. Fox 21 and iHeartRadio have teamed up for this unique start to school. Due to COVID-19 and economic stress, many students need essential school supplies more than ever. You can drop off donations at your local fire station or at Christmas Unlimited. It's important this year. Encourage your office or business to do a supply drive and donate them to Christmas Unlimited. For a list of fire station locations and how to make a cash donation, go to ChristmasUnlimited.org.
I dreamed a bad nightmare.
He doesn't understand what's happening to him.
Oh my God. Something's out there. His body was covered in plants.
There's something special about this place.
Swamp Thing.
That's the whole mission. Saving the world.
Imagine a better one.
Dad, I'll show you.
Stay naked.
Nailed it.
You be brave. Something's out there.
I'm not the enemy.
I just want to say thank you.
Goodbye, boys. To going out on top together.
Welcome back to Widener Field. Ryan Kaufman joined by Jason Ackridge. He is the VP and Senior Financial Advisor over at Integrity Wealth Advisors. Welcome, Jason.
Thanks, Ryan. Happy to be here.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourselves there at Integrity.
I will. So Integrity was started by two very humble but impressive men in the community. Their names were Jim Weiss and Randy Rush. Longtime bankers, long-time successful careers in the industry, but they decided they didn't want to work for other people anymore. They wanted to start their own bank, and one that they knew would always do right by their customers, their clients, their employees, and their community. So they decided on the name Integrity and started the bank with the first branch in 2003.
Well, what kind of services do you guys offer at Integrity?
Great question. We're actually two different organizations, but all under the same family. So first, we have Integrity Wealth Advisors. We are a full-service financial fiduciary wealth management firm that has a strong customer base here in Colorado Springs, but also we have clients all around the country. We guide our clients in their financial lives through all the things that happen throughout their lives, through financial planning, investment management. We do trust services, and now we do business valuation and business sale consulting. Secondly, we have Integrity Bank, of course, a wonderful local community bank. They provide wonderful services to the area. Not only do they do traditional banking services, but they also do business banking. They also do commercial lending, construction loans, and residential mortgages as well. And they just opened up a brand new branch at Mark Shuffle and Dublin.
Just right around here somewhere.
That's right. That's right.
But one more thing before we let you go. You mentioned fiduciary, such an important word when you're talking about financial management.
That's right.
But your mission statement, I love your guys' mission statement at Integrity. Why don't you give us that?
Yeah, thank you, Ryan. So we're all one big family, like I said before. Our mission statement for everyone is to have an enduring impact on the community. And we do that in a lot of different ways. One example, we know it's been a really tough year for a lot of people and a lot of businesses due to the impact of the virus. And we wanted to do something about that. So the bank agreed to help facilitate the Paycheck Protection Program. So I watched bank employees work long hours, and they processed hundreds of loans so that the people and the organizations in this community would get the most help possible. So I would just say, finally, we love this community. We think it's an exciting place to be, a phenomenal place to live, and our people at Integrity will do all they can to make sure it gets even better.
That's great. Thank you. Jason Ackridge, Integrity Wealth Advisors. We'll be back with more after this.
Thank you.
The United Soccer League and its 47th championship in League One clubs stand united in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. Together, we can make a difference. Together, we can create change. Together, we are united against racism.
Lapa flicks it up for Brett. It's an outstanding combination, and a winning combination at that.
Now out wide to Aiden Daniels. Daniels one-on-one, steps away from the jam, curls and scores!
6 bodies in the box to aim at. Flipped and saved by Parker.
There's a chance now. Opportunity, finds the back of the net. Stavros Zarakostas.
Our first McDivitt corner kick of the second half, and there's another save from Abe Rodriguez. What about this show from the goalkeeper?
Into the box it goes. It's Ortiz on the half volley, and Charlotte take the lead.
He'll step into it, over the bar, and he scored! Great shot by Cuevas as he sent it over the wall.
The United Soccer League and its 47th championship in League One clubs stand united in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. Together, we can make a difference. Together, we can create change. Together, we are united against racism.
Back inside Widener Field in Colorado Springs, Colorado, 0-0 between the Switchbacks and visiting OKC Energy FC. We'll take a look around USL Championship, see a bit of a rainbow, a little bit of precipitation coming through Colorado Springs. San Antonio FC, they're the last team remaining unbeaten. Got a 3-1 win over the Rio Grande Valley FC Toros. Dane Kelly, Jamaican international, reaches the 200 club for Charlotte Independence, fifth player to reach 200 regular season appearances for Memphis, and earning their place. Tampa Bay just about to clinch their spot. They'll have to wait until next week out east. Team of the week, player of the week. You see him there, Ryan James. Scored 2 in the 3-0 win for Pittsburgh Riverhounds over Hartford Athletic. Christian Valesky, he made the bench. Corey Herzog from Reno. And you see Billy Forbes, player we saw here at Widener Field for Austin Bold, making the USL Championship Team of the Week. Standings in the West, San Antonio. Great start from them. We just mentioned it. Still unbeaten. Phoenix rising. They certainly are. What a club they have down in Phoenix. New Mexico with another great record, and Austin Bold FC, such a dangerous team. Look around the USL Championship, full-time out east. Charlotte, 3-1 win over North Carolina. 2-1 Hartford get the win over Loudoun United. Louisville City, 3-1 over Indy 11, and Miami and Charleston ended tied 1-1. Coming up late tonight, San Antonio FC against RGV, El Paso Locomotive, New Mexico United, Tampa Bay. Tomorrow they'll host Philadelphia Union, and also tonight you see Orange County, LA Galaxy. And now we will toss this one out to Ryan Kaufman with another very special guest. Take it away, Ryan.
Thank you, Roland. I'm here with Shauna Grissom, the Director of Family Services for Children's Hospital of Colorado. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we're all counting down to 2021, aren't we? For a lot of reasons, but mainly here locally because of the brand new stadium downtown. What do you think the impact of that brand new stadium for the Switchbacks will have on Colorado Springs community, a community that Children's Hospital of Colorado is firmly entrenched in?
Absolutely. Well, we are just thrilled about the new downtown stadium, especially since Children's Hospital of Colorado is in this community together with the Switchbacks. And together we just both represent community, families. We want, for everyone to be healthy and safe and to be active. So I think when we come together, that's such a great representation. So we are all just thrilled as a children's family for you all to open up that new stadium.
Well, we're all looking forward to it very much. I'm curious, we have no score at halftime here. What's the final score prediction?
It's at least going to be 3-0.
3-0. Shauna Grissom from Children's Hospital of Colorado. We'll be right back after this.
You're a bad nightmare.
He doesn't understand what's happening to us.
Oh my God. Something's out there.
His body was covered in plants.
There's something special about this place.
Swamp Thing.
I lost my husband. He had 3 children outside this marriage. Your father. Not a faithful man. Well, who the hell are these people? I've decided to give each of you $1 million.
You're valued at $2.2 billion.
You flew us, coach? We do this. It changes everything.
Mama, you have lost your damn mind!
Haven't we had enough fighting for one day?
Filthy Rich, September 21st on Fox.
That's the whole mission. Saving the world.
Imagine a better one.
Get in, I'll show you.
Stay naked.
Nailed it.
You be brave.
Something's out there. I'm not the enemy.
I just want to say thank you.
Goodbye, boys. To going out on top together.
war between you needs to end. Promise me you won't do anything stupid.
Make sure some information goes viral.
What kind of information?
Such ambition is nothing to be ashamed of. That's why I chose you. But betrayal? That's not okay.
This is gonna send you to prison.
I'm not the enemy.
Devils.
You're wasting time. Just make a left right here.
I know how to get there.
The app says there's a shortcut.
The app can suck it. I know LA.
I got your...
Let me help you.
I already have a partner.
Why do I always have to play the good cop? Time's up. No matter what happens, I got you.
We're gonna take him down.
The right way. We're like an official duo. Like Starsky and Hutch.
Stick together and we're gonna get it done.
Ready for the second half of action here as we take a look at our match stats. Roland, Switchbacks controlling things in terms of possession, and they've gotten more shots. Not a lot of quality shots, though. They've just kind of danced around the edges a little bit. We'll see what these two teams do in the second half to change that.
Yeah, OKC was able to really buckle down defensively, keep the Switchbacks from too much. A little bit of a rainstorm passed through Widener Field at halftime. Just going to slick up the field a little bit. We should be ready to get back underway here at Widener Field momentarily.
Yeah, I was outside with our guests, and then all of a sudden I'm looking around and saying, who's dumping stuff on me? I mean, it wouldn't be the first time, but I was wondering what was going on, and it was just this flash rainstorm here, and we'll see how that affects the condition of the field here as we get this second half underway. I wouldn't say a banner first half for either team. Defensively, top marks, but both of these teams really struggling to break each other's defense down and try and find a goal. Of course, that's been OKC's MO for the entire restart. Not necessarily as big of a problem for Switchbacks FC.
For the latest Switchbacks,
I mean, if they have a good second half here, they could find themselves among the top 10 goal-scoring teams in the league.
Bit of a flat cross coming in from the far side for OKC, looking for Jaime Chavez. Didn't find him, and the Switchbacks will build out of the back again, win themselves a throw in just at the halfway line.
This one played to the middle here for Dizpay. Now to Ronnie Argueta. Andre Lewis to George Labisi. Over the top, looking for Valesky, out of his reach and into the arms of Cochran.
Yeah, both center backs just sort of bumping Valesky out of that one. Skip through to CJ Cochran.
We haven't talked too much about Christian Valesky tonight other than his boot malfunctions, because OKC is certainly respecting his ability. And now Valesky off your screen talking to the referee on the near side, and he thought maybe he drew some contact that wasn't called.
Yeah, Ibiaga and Taravel just sort of shouldering Valesky out of that one.
Move it. Get it.
Dizpay thought about playing that ball over the top for the run of Christian Valesky, but high line being held by OKC.
Joan Servos sends this one downfield looking for Andre Lewis. Lewis able to get on it, trying to turn the corner and send it into the box. And instead we'll pass it back to Servos. Gives this one off to Daniels, out wide. Switchbacks pressuring, and little too much on that one from Gabe Robinson.
Yeah, but a really good break forward from the young right back, finding himself in a good position. It's well played out to him from Aiden Daniels. Just unable to keep his cross down. CJ Cochran will restart.
So Cochran Cochran looking downfield here. Early minutes of the second half, no score. Couple of headers, now onto the feet of Ronnie Argueta. Out wide here is the Switchbacks pressure with Joan Servos. Servos up to Daniels. Daniels can't quite hang on to it. Got pushed, is what everyone here thinks, except the people who are charged with making that decision.
It was Ibiaga sliding across, making the challenge at the feet of Daniels. Daniels perhaps a bit unlucky, just having that ball played back off him by former Switchback Christian Ibiaga.
So Hayden will throw this one in. As you can see there, a little rainbow after the flash rainstorm, as the Switchbacks try to make their way into the box. Good defending once again by OKC. Andre Lewis giving it a try, just could not find his way between those two defenders.
Yeah, just making that overlapping run. Andre Lewis, well defended in the end by OKC. George Labisi winning that ball back for Colorado Springs, off to Kuramoto. Stevenson will take that one away.
Stevenson to the middle now. Jose Hernandez with it. Haven't called his name too much tonight. I expect that to change quite a bit here in the second half, as Hernandez, right on cue, has it. Now to Ibiaga.
Come on.
Taravel. Looking upfield.
Good, Nico.
Now Ibiaga with it once again.
Well, one back by Amico. OKC will look wide for Stevenson. They'll find him.
Nice back heel here. Finds Arun, and George Labisi, all he can do is just force the ball out.
Quickly taken. Pikes Peak National Bank corner kick for Stevenson. He'll line up the shot. Just see that one blaze right across the face of goal.
Yeah, OKC trying to take advantage of Switchbacks FC there on the Pikes Peak National Bank corner kick. Bank well, be well with Pikes Peak National Bank. Fans, you can follow Switchbacks FC and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN+. Home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the nearly 8 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN+ and watch the championship live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Over the top, the ball comes. Valesky trying to run it down. Cochran gets there first, trying to stay in the box there. Rolls it over to Ibiaga. Now Hayden. Now
it's a handball.
Chavez, as called by my partner.
Yeah, he practically caught that one and then dropped it at his feet, did Jaime Chavez. Referee's assistant right on top of it. Switchbacks will restart with Ronnie Argueta. Look over to the near side to the newest member of the Switchbacks, Gabe Robinson.
And now Argueta gives it back to Labisi.
OKC readying their second change on the far side. Forced into that early one with Charlie Ward going off to be replaced by Brad Dunwell.
Now Kurimoto has it, brings it across midfield. Plays it over the top again, looking for Valesky. This one has a little bit of hold up on it, but Cochran able to get there.
Yeah, once again, you see that ball just accelerate off the surface. Christian Valesky making a good, smart run, keeping himself onside. Christian Ibiaga tracking that run. That ball just skipping through to CJ Cochran.
Here's Hernandez dribbling up the field. Robinson hassling him, and it'll be whistled for the foul.
But unlucky there against Gabe Robinson.
Come on, Tucky, I'll take it.
And here will be that substitution on the far side of the field.
It'll be Jonathan Brown making his appearance, replacing Cordell Cato.
And Cato was so dangerous in that first half, getting in behind the switchbacks time and time again. The young Welshman, John Brown, will make his way in. You and I were talking about him pre-game. 16 clubs he's played for since 2007, working on those frequent flyer miles, even on a stint down in the A-League in Australia.
That one goes out of play.
10th appearance in 2020 for OKC. He's got himself a goal this year, does John Brown.
Hayden with it on the far side of the field. Plays it back to Ibiaga. Now Aiden Daniels. Out wide to Joan Servos. To Valesky, back to Servos, trying to run this one down, and he's beaten to it, but the Switchbacks will get a Phil Long corner kick out of it. The Phil Long family of dealerships, Colorado Drives, Phil Long.
The Switchbacks have been so dangerous when they've gotten those wing backs pushing forward, overlapping. As you said, Phil Long corner kick on the far side for Colorado Springs. Once again, center backs forward for the home side as the rain starts to sprinkle again here at Widener Field.
Ball sent in, headed away by OKC without much issue. Servos going after it. He'll have the throw in. Now Andre Lewis to Dizpay. He'll play this one in, looking for Valesky, and Cochran skies to pull that one down.
Yeah, just hung up. Gave Cochran the time to come out, collect that one. 3 corners tonight so far for the Switchbacks.
Arun gets it taken away by Robinson. Now here's Aiden Daniels in the midfield circle. Over to Labisi. Plays it short to Lewis, back to Daniels. Now Andre Lewis again to the near side for Robinson. To Lewis, back to Dizpay. Swings it far side, has a man out there. It'll find him, Joan Servos, trying to send it in. It's blocked out, should be a throw-in, and it will be on the far side for Switchbacks FC.
Joan Servos once again far forward for the Switchbacks, giving them some options on the left-hand side. Back to Ronnie Argueta now. He's going to look to keep the Switchbacks moving forward. A little windy here at Widener Field. So I donate my notes to the outside of the booth.
Trade secrets. Here's Valesky in the box, tried to shoot it, and that one blocked away by Oklahoma City. Good defending there by Nico Taravel, and it will result in a PLS mechanical corner kick.
Yeah, we haven't called Taravel's name a lot. He's done a good job next to Christian Ibiaga. Just seeing that one out for the PLS mechanical corner kick. George Labisi will take. Rain, wind really starting to come down now, as you can see at home.
And this one sent into the box, played out by OKC. Switchbacks get it back. Here's Labisi to Andre Lewis. Lewis trying to turn the corner, plays it in, and that one tapped away once again by Oklahoma City.
Shout out to our crew in these conditions. You can see what it's doing to the tents and the flag on the south end of Widener Field. And Daniels will just leave this one off. We talked about it in that first half. Just how dangerous Gabe Robinson can be with those long throw-ins for the Switchbacks. He'll look to unleash another one of those right here. Just needs a flick on. if he is going to go toward the box.
Does throw that one in, and you could see the wind take it. And Valesky is incensed.
Yeah, that ball just took a right-hand turn, as you said, once it got caught up in the wind. Give a shout out to our Jack Quinn's Irish Pub and Restaurant fans of the game. There they are. I know the young man. I was just going to say, I know the young man on the left. Dealing with this breeze, came out of nowhere. 90s to the start of the game. We even gave a shout out to the nice conditions we were having here in the Springs, and now people sent sprinting for cover here at Widener Field.
And the rain, not heavy, but the wind is just driving it at people.
And that was Caleb Ryman and his family on the Jack Quinn's Irish Pub and Restaurant fan of the game. Nicholas Taravel forced to go back here. Young man from Eastern Paris.
Robinson, good defending there, takes it away from Stevenson. Now Robinson to Dizpay. Ever Rubio with it. It'll be interesting to see when Alan Koch decides to make a change to this lineup. I think we're a little early for that right now, but I mean, is it just unable to connect on some passes right now, Roland? It just doesn't seem like these switchbacks are threatening as much as they normally do.
Yeah, in OKC, so many players, we've mentioned this a few times during the game, so many players behind the ball. You see right there on your screen, those two banks of four, so difficult to break down. Christian Valesky just looking to lay that one off to Andre Lewis. But credit has to go to Oklahoma City Energy's defense so far. They look to get him behind. This nice little flick on from Chavez. Good physical play on the far side.
And Brown has it, plays it up, and slipping in the box. I believe that was Chavez. Here's Stevenson trying to play it out wide to the far side.
And he'll
Man, that was a lucky slip there for Switchbacks FC.
Yeah, it certainly was. Jaime Chavez held the ball off well, got it out wide. You see the ball coming in there. You called it perfectly. That was John Brown. Then Jaime Chavez going for that left-footed strike, just losing his footing at the key moment.
We were wondering how the precipitation would affect things here in the second half. Well, we found out on that play.
And that's where Oklahoma City Energy have been living in this game, on the counterattack, just absorbing a lot of pressure from the switchbacks and trying to get in behind. They were almost able to do that. Kuramoto looking to split the defense to Christian Valesky. Finding himself pretty isolated up front is Valesky.
Man, did he just hold up there? It was almost like he was anticipating an offside call. I didn't see the referee on the near side with the flag. Doesn't mean that there wasn't one up. I was just following Valesky.
I think his footing just gave away from him a little bit. We talked about the rain. Field was also watered heavily at halftime.
Yeah, that doesn't help either. You saw the score, San Antonio with a 2-1 lead.
Surprise.
The last available unbeaten team here in the USL Championship. Aiden Daniels down to George Labisi. Labisi has it.
Taravel tracking Labisi to this near corner. Thought about a lunging challenge, decided against it. Here's Kuramoto.
Now to Daniels, back to Robinson. Back up to Daniels. Back to Robinson. Now Ronnie Argueta in the midfield circle. Servos, Labisi, that's Rubio Dizpay on the near side of the field. There he is. Here's Robinson with some green in front of him. Tried to play that one up to Daniels. Now Robinson has it back. Battling here among a couple of white jerseys, and Oklahoma City will take possession. Now Kurimoto steps in front to Lewis. Back to Lewis. Rubio out to Servos. Now Labisi back to Servos. Switchbacks trying to find their spot. Rubio over the top looking for Valesky. He's got a good run on it, but once again it will get to Cochran first.
Yeah, and once again OKC forcing that ball through the lines over the top from the Switchbacks. Just so difficult to break down. So we're forcing the Switchbacks try to go in over the top. Ball's skipping off the surface and all the way back through to CJ Cochran, who'll give it a massive punt upfield. In the end, it'll run all the way through to Sean Melvin, his opposite number. And Daniels calling for the ball on the right. He'll receive that from Ronnie Arqueta.
Andre Lewis urging Daniels forward. Now Daniels pass to Lewis is tapped away. Good defending there by Kurimoto to try and get to it. Now OKC has it.
Good little step inside from Jose Hernandez to win that ball back for OKC under pressure. Here he is again, young man from Mexico City. And a third time. Hear the rain pitter-pattering on our field mics.
Steady drops here at Widener Field as a foul will go against Switchbacks FC.
Zachary Ellis Hayden being taken down on the far side. Good opportunity here for OKC to take some pressure off their defense. They'll bring Ibiaga and Taraval forward, two big center backs. So they've got some height in there along with Jaime Chavez.
The joint chiropractic free kick coming up, improving quality of life through routine and affordable chiropractic care. This one sent in, tipped away there by Sean Melvin.
Yeah,
It'll go out, and we'll have a Pikes Peak National Bank corner kick. Bank well, be well with Pikes Peak National Bank. Quick restart here. Arun has it, top of the 18-yard box. Plays this one back to Hernandez. He'll chip it in. And I think Switchbacks just got a couple of hairs on it from Joan Servos. Another Pikes Peak National Bank corner kick.
Yeah, they did. OKC's taking a couple of these Pikes Peak National Bank's corner kicks short and quickly. Switchbacks won't allow them to do so this time. But good feed earlier on from Sean Melvin just to backtrack, sort of slap that ball away out for the first Pikes Peak National Bank corner kick. Beautiful sunset here in Colorado Springs.
Stevenson sends it into the box, headed by Switchbacks FC. Then it deflected, I think, off of Labisi. Back over the line. So once again, Stevenson will have a Pikes Peak National Bank corner kick. Bank well, be well with Pikes Peak National Bank.
Former West Virginia Mountaineer Stevenson, he'll whip it in with the right foot.
Going far post this time. Switchbacks get ahead on it. And now we'll go to the far side of the field. A McDivitt Law Firm corner kick. McDivitt Law Firm, we are in your corner.
Stevenson will trot all the way across, take that McDivitt corner kick. Spent last year with Swope Park. Transferred to Loyola after his time at West Virginia. Closer
That's
to home.
Quite the move.
Yeah, a little closer to home. young man from Overland Park, Kansas, missing the Midwest. Once again, he'll whip in this McDivitt corner kick with the right foot.
Going far post, and only Rubio there. Rubio with a second attempt will keep it in play.
They just needed a shout there, did ever Rubio. One of his teammates to let him know there wasn't anybody behind him. He had a little bit more time than he thought.
This one curled in. Melvin reaches in there and grabs that.
Yeah, I really like that little chip into the box from OKC, from Brad Dunwell. Just sort of hit a bit of a fade there, trying to put that one up to Christian Ibiaga. Former Switchback couldn't get his head on the end of that one, as Switchbacks will look long. Ronnie Argueta to Christian Valesky, and Valesky will keep possession for the Switchbacks.
And he'll play this one back to Robinson. Now Kurimoto to Aiden Daniels. Daniels loses it. Arun comes up with it to Hernandez, back to Arun, but Daniels intercepts. Andre Lewis now. Out wide to Servos.
Referee
and now a
there.
Collision with the official. Down goes Kurimoto.
Yeah, official.
I mean, that's got to be a Hanson Hot Springs yellow card on the referee there.
Has to be. Lowering that shoulder.
Yeah.
Lined that one up the whole way.
Here's Aiden Daniels again. Plays this one through. Good ball to Valesky, but the slick surface. Unkind to Colorado Springs.
Yeah, and the referee's distance flag was up. Switchbacks will make a change on the far side of the field.
Valdo Luna going to come into the matchup, replacing George Labisi. The UC Colorado Springs substitution.
Yeah, just give the Switchbacks a little more fresh legs up front. Sparks a lot of creativity. Valdo Luna, he'll come straight in over to the right-hand side of the attack, just behind Christian Valesky.
Luna making his 7th appearance, 2 goals on the season for Switchbacks FC. Fans, don't miss a minute of action in 2020. Sign up today and get alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for Switchbacks FC. Then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores, plus get reminders on Switchbacks' next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club. Cochran rolls this one out to the near side. Arun with it.
Yeah, OKC's been trying to get Arun on the ball more and more in this second half.
Now Dispay to Luna.
It was Dunwell just trying to push OKC forward. Lewis now with the ball for the Switchbacks. He'll look out wide towards Servos.
Now Aiden Daniels with possession. Flings it over to the near side for Luna. Luna curling it, headed high in the air by OKC. Cochran can't handle it on the first try. OKC able to get it out.
Hearts and mouth moment there for OKC Energy. Cochran just butterfingering that one. Could have gone anywhere. Unlucky Switchbacks weren't able to turn that one home. OKC's got a defender down in the box.
And Daniels gets tripped up.
It will be Nicholas Taraval. Yeah, Taraval is just struggling off the ball. Referee will blow a stop to it. You see the young Frenchman there. Played in Cyprus for a couple years, and then Grenoble in France the last couple before making his way stateside. You could see CJ Cochran with some fumbleitis, giving the Switchbacks a chance there.
Now we'll have an Ortho Centura nod to the dock here. Taravel on the field, still getting worked on. Business has certainly picked up here in the second half. The urgency, the pace, everything is there, but both of these teams still having just the worst time trying to score.
Yeah, they certainly are. Wonder what happened to Taravel. Must have been in that scrum.
Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. You could buy a ball like that.
Good opportunity for our second half water break. Josh Suggs, native of Las Cruces, New Mexico, moves into second all-time in the minutes played list in the USL Championship. Former Switchback. We saw him here just a few days ago now. So shout out to Josh Suggs, one of only 4 active players who'd appeared in the USL Championship's inaugural season. Still going strong. Ninth goal today for Tyler Pasher, going up against Junior Flemings in the Golden Boot chase in the USL Championship. Junior Flemings, of course, leading the line for Phoenix Rising. They score goals for fun down in the Valley of the Sun. And Tyler Pasher leading things for Indy 11 out east.
Yeah, you talk about in the Western Conference, Junior Flemings leading everyone with 10 goals. But you have 2 of his teammates that are 2 and tied for 3rd on the list of goal leaders. Phoenix is scoring a lot of goals this year. As we take a look at our featured match, Tampa Bay Rowdies, they're angry. They just had their unbeaten season get wrecked about a week or so ago. They'll take on Philadelphia Union 2. That will be tomorrow, 7:30 Eastern, 5:30 here in the Mountain Time Zone.
12:30 Hawaiian.
Good call on that. And for the Switchbacks, as we mentioned, they're headed back out on the road for a couple weeks. And then they'll come back for Real Monarchs SLC and El Paso Locomotive FC. All of those games, of course, within Group C. Tonight, a kind of a respite from group play for Switchbacks FC. And for OKC, they have a very familiar schedule. Couple of matchups in short order with FC Tulsa, San Antonio, maybe OKC with a chance to be that first team to knock off San Antonio, and then Austin, who they just played this past weekend, Rio Grande Valley FC rounding out the schedule.
Upcoming feature game, actually 1:30 Hawaiian. As we know, this side of the booth can't count.
I didn't even attempt it, so you got me there.
Good look at Gabe Robinson, newest Switchback on loan from Las Vegas Lights. Game will restart with OKC after our second half water break.
Speaking of Austin Bold, you see the 0-0 score with Tulsa. Early minutes there in Austin.
Fox 21 News is the Switchbacks official TV sponsor. Fox 21 News right now.
Stevenson there with the flowing locks. Switchbacks will get things back underway. Here's Robinson. Ever Rubio pushing it up the field. To the near side, Luna. Good job keeping it in play. Robinson to Luna. Uvaldo Luna in as a substitute for George Labisi. Trying to get to Robinson, and ends up going out of his reach and out of play. OKC with the throw-in. Well, it's not early anymore. You see the clock there. 77-44 and counting. Here in this scoreless contest, I don't think either team came in tonight, Roland, thinking that a point was good enough. OKC and Colorado Springs look at each other and they think that they should get the better of this matchup. As Luna sends it in, cleared out by OKC. Luna will let it hop out of play.
Yeah, brilliant play from Evaldo Luna, even to bring that ball down in the first place off his chest, then turn the defender, get his cross in, but it was well seen out by OKC. You see those two banks of four white shirts behind the ball. Switchbacks looking to break that down, looking for Aiden Daniels. Andre Lewis will get things going out to Joan Servos.
Servos with it to Lewis, trying to get back to Servos out of his reach, and once again Cochran sliding in to make the stop.
Yeah, he needed an early touch after that last one for CJ Cochran.
Gotta get him involved a little bit more. Christian Valesky scored one of the goals down in Oklahoma City. Had 2 goals about a week ago against Austin in that huge comeback. For now, OKC has it. They're looking for their own goal scorers.
It's a high press from Amico, winning that ball back. We mentioned it before, Rune picking up the ball more and more in this second half for OKC. Started to push a little bit further forward, trying to lead the attack. Now it's done well in the corner.
And that one out of play off of OKC. Quiet on the respective benches here. Both coaches seem content to ride it out with this lineup they have out there. As Robinson sends it downfield, Stevenson will be called for the foul. Of course, the Switchbacks wanted a call earlier, as it looked like an OKC player had his arm around the shoulders of Christian Valesky. Here's Ever Rubio pushing it up the field to Lewis. Out wide to Luna. Luna looking to get to the corner here. Good defending by OKC. Back to Robinson. Now to Argueta. Whips it to the far side for Joan Servos, and he can't handle it. Throw-in coming for OKC Energy.
Another substitution for the Switchbacks on the far side of the field. Luke Ferreira will check in for Christian Valesky. Once again, more creativity and fresh legs for the Switchbacks up front. Ferreira will go straight up to the position occupied by Christian Valesky.
I think Valesky frustrated. He's been in such good form lately. I think he wanted to affect this game more than he did. But that goes for all 22 players on the field right now, as we're in a scoreless contest. Daniels tried to play that one up to Servos. Misses him. Cochran sends it into the stands.
CJ Cochran going full MacGruber there, looking for the upper deck of the far side of Widener Field. Aiden Daniels going to whip in this Phil Long corner kick.
The Phil Long family of dealerships, Colorado Drives, Phil Long. Daniels sends it in, headed in the air, and then Switchbacks player got hit in the head. That was Robinson, and Robinson wondering what the reason was for no whistle, as players tend to do.
Good substitutions made from the Switchbacks, though, bringing in some more energy up to attack OKC's back line. And once again, OKC living on that last shoulder of the Switchbacks, just trying to break in behind, trying to counterattack. Looks like they'll make their Third substitution for that man, John Pascarella, on the far side of the field here momentarily.
OKC back in control here. Going back to Cochran. Now send downfield. Headed forward. Good looking header. Dizpay, though, with great pursuit. Able to get to the ball. Here come the switchbacks. Can they find the go-ahead goal here in the last 10 minutes? Here's Aiden Daniels. Good slide tackle there on the far side.
Yeah, Christian Ibiaga.
Nothing more than a throw-in.
Yeah, Ibiaga just dragged out of that center back position. Did well, though, as you said, just to clear that one out. And here will be that sub for OKC. A man wearing 91. Wayne Gordon, he'll check in. Jamaican international. This will be his 6th appearance in 2020 for OKC.
Our UCCS substitution, Omar Gordon, coming on for Jaime Chavez. So the leading scorer for OKC done for the evening. Andre Lewis with it to Luna. Now Robinson, Luke Ferreira calling for it. Instead will go short to Luna. Here's Argueta. Swung out to the far side for Servos. He'll send in with the left foot. Lewis heads it towards goal. That one played out. Not completely out of danger yet, though. Luna goes and gets it.
Perfect play from Andre Lewis. Just try to head that one back across the face of C.J. Cochran's goal. Oklahoma City did a good job on the half clearance, but the switchbacks will possess again now with Luna.
Luna to Lewis to Kurimoto. Now Dizpay swings it to the far side one more time. Here's Dizpay again. To the middle here for Aiden Daniels. Luna. Luna's cross. They want a handball. They won't get it, but Daniels has it. The top. Argueta strikes. That one knocked down by C.J. Cochran.
Vicious strike from Ronnie Argueta. Kept it down. The ball was knuckling as well. C.J. Cochran got enough of it on the first opportunity. Argueta just setting himself, rolling it out. That was tucking inside the far post, excuse me. C.J. Cochran, good save. Able to collect at the second opportunity, and he'll clear long. With the switchbacks, easily win that one. And Ronnie Argueta now will drive the home side forward.
And Argueta plays it up to Luna. Luna's going to get to this ball. Play is onside. Luna to Lewis. Outside the 18. Back to Luna. Fans getting into it here, urging their team forward. They're just waiting to explode. They've been sitting on their hands for most of the evening, waiting for something to cheer about. Might be coming in short order here. Servos tried to play it up, and that one well out of the reach.
Once again, switchbacks getting some daylight in the wide positions. This time, Ubaldo Luna popping up on the right, well found by Ronnie Argueta. The attack just kind of broke down for the home side. C.J. Cochran, he'll look long. Argueta over the top. Give Ferreira something to chase. He'll run that one down. Marshaled by Christian Ibiaga.
Played up the field by OKC, out of play. Switchbacks will look for the quick throw-in. Now Dizpay with it. To Ubaldo Luna. Luna curls it far post for Lewis. Couldn't quite get the head on it. Switchbacks keep it in play. Luke Ferreira. To Aiden Daniels. Swings it to the near side for Robinson. Lets it play off the hop. Sidesteps his defender. Back to Dispay. He'll go far side again. Daniels trying to run underneath it. Referee's flag is up for the offside.
Yeah, high line held by OKC, forcing that offside.
Located in section 116. We encourage all Switchback fans to represent their own crazy way. Congrats to the fans in section 116.
Cochran going to send this one down, but not before we take a look at Luna going for Lewis. Just couldn't quite find him. And now Kurimoto takes it away. And now a collision. OKC comes out with it. Good defending there by Rubio. And now Rubio's going to get whistled. And the fans here at Widener Field not pleased at all with that decision. And I can see where they're coming from here. Let's take a look at this again.
Yeah, unlucky against Ever Rubio. So KC trying to break quickly, get in behind the Switchbacks. And they have a great opportunity here with the free kick.
Did that go on Ronnie Argueta? With the motion that Kalen Radosov was making, it seemed like the foul didn't go against Rubio. It went against Ronnie Argueta. Doesn't matter now. Ball sent in off the joint chiropractic free kick, improving quality of life through routine and affordable chiropractic care. And it will go against Ronnie Argueta, and it'll pick up a Hanson Hot Springs yellow card. So I was going to say, if it was on Rubio, and that's what everyone was reacting to, Roland, is that they saw the slide tackle by Rubio, didn't think there was anything bad about it. And they were right. It was just Ronnie Argueta gets called for the foul. Here's Andre Lewis. To Luna. To Argueta. Argueta gets taken down from behind. That will be a good-looking joint chiropractic free kick.
Yeah,
coming up here for Switchbacks FC. Before that, we have been informed there are 6 minutes of TikTok shop stoppage time.
Yeah, Wayne Gordon just tracking back a little bit late there. Ronnie Argueta knew that contact was coming. Slid across, took the foul. As you said, wonderful opportunity here as we tick into TikTok shop stoppage time.
Joint chiropractic, improving quality of life through routine and affordable chiropractic care. Here we go. Aiden Daniels, Valdo Luna, standing over it. Three-man wall put up by OKC. Numerous Switchbacks players calling for it. Here comes Daniels, chip to the far side. Kept in play, and Cochran able to get his mitts on it again.
Yeah, training ground routine there from the Switchbacks, looking for the back post to Arturo Dispay. Found him, his header back across the face, just couldn't reach the Switchbacks teammate as Hiroki Kurimoto will see this one out right in front of Tucker Stevenson.
Kurimoto will throw this one in. We'll take a look at this here.
Yeah, just floated to that back post. Good idea from Aiden Daniels. Switchbacks just needed someone crashing that near post there after that header back across from Dispay. Couldn't find it. Up and over now from the Switchbacks. That'll be Taravels. At the second opportunity, Andre Lewis tracks down.
And Lewis, nice change in directions. Gets tripped up. That's going to be a card. Taravel with the yellow immediately coming out of the pocket. And there are Switchbacks fans who want even more than that, but they'll settle for the Hanson Hot Springs yellow card going to Taravel.
Yeah, he was upset about being turned there. Just turned inside out from Andre Lewis. Just reaches back with the left foot. Scythes away Lewis's legs. Easy yellow card, as you said. Could have been more from the young Frenchman from Nogent-sur-Marne. There he is, Nicolas Taravel. He picks up the latest Hanson Hot Springs yellow card.
So here's Aiden Daniels going far post again. Cochran knocks it away.
Yeah, good starting position from the goalkeeper. Let up that first rebound, but was able to smother on the second chance. Just picking that one off the head there. of Robinson, who'd made his way forward for the Switchbacks. This one should be seen through to Sean Melvin, and it is.
So we're about midway through our TikTok shop stoppage time. Aiden Daniels lets this one go, plays it to the middle. That one cleared out.
This corner kick is brought to you by...
And it will be a corner kick, a PLS mechanical corner kick. Aiden Daniels will set this one up.
Just waiting for his center backs to get forward. Dispay will make a late run into the box here for the Switchbacks. Good look at Ever Rubio. He's up as well. Watch out for Gabe Robinson. We talked about his height.
Daniels sends this one in, far post. Nobody gets a head on it. Dispay was trying to go get it, but ends up rolling out, so OKC will have a throw-in. And there's a Oklahoma City player down in the box.
Yeah, just a bit of cramp. Referee will add this time on to the end. That is Christian Ibiaga.
While we have a moment, want to take a look at our Centura Sports Medicine moment of the match. Very nearly the go-ahead goal from Ronnie Argueta, but the save was made by CJ Cochran. And look, if you're a Switchbacks fan, you come into this match, you think that this might be the right opponent for the Switchbacks to get that first win, but you forget CJ Cochran's been so good in goal this year.
Yeah, a ton of experience.
Oklahoma City.
OKC furious with what they thought was a bad challenge on the far side of the field in front of their bench. Luke Ferreira and Ellis Hayden having some words now, and a little bit more than words. So Ellis Hayden goes in with the chest bump. Things getting a little ragged here in Colorado Springs.
And now both teams will head over to the far side, and now some more pushing and shoving going on. As Ferreira still down on the ground. Tensions flaring now. Dispay chest to chest. And this is, I think both teams are extremely frustrated about tonight. Both teams came in wanting to play better, wanting to get a better result than what we have on the scoreboard right now. And then a challenge that OKC thought should have been carded, did not. Luke Ferreira playing a little keep away there from one of the OKC players, not letting him have the ball. And it escalated from there.
Yeah, and OKC, like I said, they were furious about a challenge that I didn't really see anything of, just a 50-50 header right in front of OKC's bench. That spilled down the field, as you said, when that ball wasn't given back on that throw-in down toward the Switchbacks bench. You see it right there, Luke Ferreira and then Ellis Hayden coming in, both players grabbing each other, then that little chest bump right there. And then CJ Cochran coming over and frankly only making matters worse there by screaming in Luke Ferreira's ear. And then carnage broke out on the far side of the field. Referee just kind of calm things down.
And we'll see what comes of all of this.
Yeah, pretty helter-skelter way to end what has been at times a pretty difficult match to watch. Referee just in consultation with his assistants. We'll see what the referee decides to do. I think he might go have a chat with the official on that far side. He will do just that.
And you think about when all this is sorted out, I mean, how much time is going to be left in this match? This conversation just getting straight if anyone gets carded.
Yeah, how much
going to be about the last thing that we're going to see tonight.
Yeah, and you mentioned it, how much time and how many cards come out for this one. watch there talking to Aiden Daniels. Goalkeeping coach Trey Harrington for the Switchbacks on the right-hand side of your screen with the yellow bracelet. Referee's just going to call some players over, see if it's more than just a chat, or whether he reaches for a card. He'll call over Christian Ibiaga, and Ellis Hayden's going to see red. He's off.
So, and you could see Alan Radisov there is motioning like, yeah, Luke Ferreira was holding the ball away from him, but Hayden was the one that shoved him.
Yeah, referee just explaining it to Christian Ibiaga.
So Ellis Hayden will get shown red. His evening is over. But fortunate for him, his teammates will be joining him pretty soon here, because that's the next big decision. OKC down to 10 men.
Yeah, head coach Pasquarella, I believe, inquiring about that initial challenge right in front of the OKC bench that sent them crazy. The entire OKC bench jumped up, and that play matriculated down to the right corner as we look here at Widener Field before we saw that scrap off the ball. And OKC Energy down to 10. Zach Ellis Hayden sent off.
And what's going to be the result here? They're going to take a free kick. Oklahoma City will.
Yeah, so looks like that initial challenge that the OKC bench was upset about. After all that, Tucker Stevenson will get this ball in.
Sends it in, headed away by Switchbacks FC. Get possession, and then they got to hurry. Here's Hernandez in the middle of the field. That one cleared out, coming towards our broadcast position. 10-man OKC, but this was not the result that Switchbacks FC wanted tonight, despite the efforts of that man, Joan Servos, our Better Business Bureau man of the match. I think a lot of people here at Widener Field thought they would get to see a victory here tonight, but give full credit to the visitors. They held tough. We'll take a break, come back, and wrap things up from Widener Field after this.
Between you needs to end. Promise me you won't do anything stupid.
Make sure some information goes viral.
What kind of information?
Such ambition is nothing to be ashamed of. That's why I chose you. But betrayal? That's not okay.
This is gonna send you to prison.
I'm not the enemy.
It's time to stuff the bus and help local families in need. Fox 21 and iHeartRadio teamed up for this unique start to school. Due to COVID-19 and economic stress, many students need essential school supplies more than ever. You can drop off donations at your local fire station or at Christmas Unlimited. It's important this year. Encourage your office or business to do a supply drive and donate them to Christmas Unlimited. For a list of fire station locations and how to make a cash donation, go to christmasunlimited.org.
That's the whole mission, saving the world.
Imagine a better one.
Get in, I'll show you.
Stay naked.
Nailed it. You be brave.
Something's out there. I'm not the enemy. I just want to say thank you.
Goodbye, boys. To going out on top together.
Back at Widener Field, 0-0. Switchbacks extend their unbeaten streak, but rolling Maryland, I think that they were expecting to get 3 points tonight.
Yeah, they certainly were. Oklahoma City Energy made them so difficult to break down. They had banks of 4 behind the ball. They were playing well defensively, and in the end, just not enough going forward for the Switchbacks. You see they have that edge in possession. They had that all night. We talked about that in the first half, but in the end, just a monumental defensive effort from what turned out to be a 10-man OKC Energy FC to see out that point here on the road in Colorado Springs.
Yeah, Ellis Hayden sent off late, but not enough time for the Switchbacks to take advantage of that. So both teams have to settle for a point back-to-back, unbeaten for OKC Energy. As we take a look at a couple of highlights from this one. I mean, there were opportunities, not a lot in the first half. In the second half, business picked up a little bit. But C.J. Cochran was really good. You got to make him work a little bit. I don't think the Switchbacks did enough of that tonight.
Yeah, they found it difficult. We saw the Switchbacks limited to a couple of half chances. There was the bobble from C.J. Cochran. We were all worried about that one. This is a tremendous strike here from Ronnie Argueta, putting that one on net. It was a good save in the end from Cochran, and he did enough to preserve the 0-0 shutout.
And then, of course, this is what many people are going to remember about tonight. Luke Ferreira and Ellis Hayden getting into it. Ellis Hayden got a red card for that sequence, but that was already in stoppage time. It was too late for that. So both teams will settle for a draw. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast anyway. For our executive producer, Gary Stebbins, and my broadcast partner, Roland Vargas, I'm Ryan Kaufman saying good night from Widener Field. We look forward to talking to you again very, very soon.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.